Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader, and I suppose we'll start by taking a look at our projects. We spent a lot of time on Kiava Gamma, so I bet you most of these places have new projects that we might be able to do. A rank 3 here, okay. The Accuser of Sin. The charge ability grants additional damage equal to wearer's willpower bonus against demons and Xenos. Huh. So that's for Heinrichs, because he's also a Psyker. So it's for a melee Psyker, which is Heinrichs. Profit factor goes up quite a bit. Drusians, and a lot of complacency. Whoa. Nice. So we have enough in with the Imperial Navy to do this. Let's. Okay, in Drus's footsteps, thousands of believers are flocking to Foulstone in the hope of serving the Emperor. Their energy can be directed towards the colonization and conquest of new worlds, as commanded by St. Drusus. The construction of pilgrims' arcs will require enormous resources, but wealth is nothing to the true believer. Okay. Yeah, we've got a ways to go with quite a few of these to get the reputations we need. Oh wow, okay. Apparently we do need Plasteel right now. Also, we've seen several of these. Dark Sages, Capella Biologus. Okay, one of these two has to be done. Okay. Well, we can't do anything on Janus right now. Lord Captain, we have received a report from Dargonus. Some common folk from the now ruined Scipion 84249 have succumbed to the heresy of defiance, forming into engine vandals gangs. They now ride among the wasteland on the wasteland-adapted cleaning Goliaths. They have declared themselves outside of the law, raiding the hive's outskirts only to escape retribution in the toxic wastelands. Okay, we will do whatever we need to destroy them. Despite your act of grace, these ungrateful heretics are fleeing the hives, abandoning their workstations and inciting others to do the same. They even dare to spread lies and slander, stating they are being used as slaves. So great are the appetites of the yesterday's refugees. Rumor has it that the Brigadier clan in charge of debris removal in the ruins of Scipion keep in contact. We could pass on your words to the renegades via the Brigadiers, or force them to disclose the location of the rebels' nomadic camps. What is this Brigadier clan? This is a union of the workers and the technomats who have been working on the lower levels of Scipion. Small-scale bosses of the watches and the shifts, useful common folk who have proved their worth with diligent labor and valuable knowledge. Of course, they stand much lower than the esteemed trader, let alone the aristocrats, but the common folk heed their kin, and the brigadiers have both the authority and the ability to manage them. The Scipions keep to themselves, but the brigadiers have not shown any signs of disloyalty. They were the first to volunteer to return to the ruins of Scipion 84249 and set up the debris removal project. They are certainly useful and are accustomed to praising the Emperor through their labor. Moreover, their grief at the loss of their home and the resilience with which they have accepted it made them to appear like heroes and martyrs in the eyes of other commoners. Okay. How do they survive in the wastelands? This is a rather uncomfortable way of life, your lordship. They must always be wary of acid rain and hurricanes, moving a decent distance from the hives if they do not plan on raiding at that moment. They get their food from the abandoned outposts, praying for it with the lives of those killed by autonomous security systems. Water and promethium are rationed very strictly. They live by marauding and on occasion hunting and plundering, sometimes their own kin and sometimes the outskirts of the hives. They are a tribe of degenerates and barbarians that is rapidly developing into its own clan culture. The civilized residents of the hives shoot the scum any chance they get. Okay. Advisors. If the engine vandals have managed to tame the ancient machine spirits, then that means there are technomats or even techno-priests among their ranks. That renders them negotiable. It would be efficient to utilize such renegades instead of disposing of them. A promise of reward for every piece of technology found in the wastelands of Dargonis and returned back to Dynasty will ensure their obedience and tractability. If you wish to exterminate them, Elentok, do not waste your time on hunting them down. Instead, deceive them into defeating each other with a prize, a weapon or a trophy that they can fight for. After the Monkey are finished slicing each other up for the right to obtain it, your warriors shall finish the deed. The tactic proves itself to be very useful against your kind. The aristocrats of Dargonis despise them, but are also secretly afraid of them, correct? Renegades that can invoke such fear. I wonder if I had exiles like this on my home. Would they have curbed the ambitions of my brothers and sisters? Would they have supported me in case of conflict? I am scheming and conspiring right now, am I not? Bravo, Lady Cassia. Do not be ashamed of the unique abilities bestowed upon you by your heritage. They are your birthright. Let's try this one. If it bites us in the ass again, I may just find a way to destroy the renegades out there, but for now we'll try Pascal's. Maybe we should look at this too. We lose profit factor, gain a mechanism. Gain security. I guess this is something that we should consider as well, huh? Or complacency. Interesting that letting the Vandals just kind of like scare the aristocrats adds security. Nothing will help us with our efficiency right now. So let's do the security one. It's at 3, complacency is at 6 right now, so Lady Cassie is right. We should help them and give the aristocrats a real threat to keep in their place. I am still naive of even the basics in these games played by powerful, but my intuition tells me that this is a winning strategy. A meeting with the leaders of Engine Vandals was organized via the Brigadier clan. They have gladly accepted your proposal to serve. Having received, this is such a cruel world, I'm like, alright. I have just sanctioned the marauding groups that are attacking our own people. Great, great, and that increases our security. Having received weapons and information, the Engine Vandals slaughtered several brash and troublesome aristocrats in a few successful raids, sowing fear and reliance on the rogue traders' protection. The roar of their engines was like snapping a whip over the heads of frightened cattle. Jesus. Okay. All right. I don't understand that requirement. Blocks project? Do we have Shield of the Emperor? No. So we have to find something that actually blocks it? Okay, that one gives us people. We're doing pretty good on provisions right now. We do need efficiency right now, don't we? It'll cost us 2 people, though, which we're starting to get low on. I guess we could just start with this one. It requires nothing. And then after that, we can do the one that costs people. No, this one isn't a minus. It just requires at least 2. It doesn't take anybody away. So let's get the efficiency. Doctrine of Rationality. According to the new doctrine, the disenfranchised will be servitorized or disposed of through hazardous work. Great. That's right, and we have nothing we can do on Janus right now. Okay. Let's go to the bridge. I'm pretty sure we need to go and talk to Heinrichs. Maybe he'll give us more insight as to what happened with that machine, with that cogitator he connected to.
To what do I owe this visit?
Are you satisfied with the results of your mission on Kiava Gamma?
Of course. The fabricator sensor's machine was stopped. Not another soul will be sent into the mouth of the archenemy. In time, we will succeed in uncovering and stopping other schemes of the cult. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
Okay, it's a persuasion check. 94. It's not guaranteed. Touching the cogitator did something to you. I want to know what.
No servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to psychers, the soul of a psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy.
Which makes you valuable, because you can glean more information, but it's also more dangerous for you. Damn. The Inquisition just want to all become a bunch of martyrs, don't they?
The cogitator was stopped, yes. I touched an infernal machine that was created to serve chaos. I used it. I delved into the principles of its operation. That was enough. Corruption needs only the briefest brush of contact. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eye gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me. Enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only.
Okay, what are you going to do next then?
My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the fabricator sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it.
Okay, that'll be all.
Thank you for finding the time for our conversation.
Heinrichs politely inclines his head in response. Okay.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain. Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored with our little talk, Shireen?
It seems like you and Trickster Core were close. Jamie lost his head.
My gang is quite the void beast, Shireen, with 3 heads stemming from a single neck. Core's untimely demise will not interfere with our mutual business. I do feel sorry for his twin, though. Cora has been getting into trouble with her brother since they were kids. Getting out of trouble too, but not this time. But why are we talking about the departed, Shireen? We must save a few good words for the living. Take Falco, for example. I will impale that ashmag on a stake, Shireen. You will see. I will pick a slim one, so he has more time to appreciate it. Oh, I have no doubt you will.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Are you not surprised that Amernat's words had such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amernat's teaching was in exploratory circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amernat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagus Amernat. According to Opticon 2-2, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arch Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives.
Interesting.
I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
You were hunted too. Do you remember our meeting on Rykad Minoris and the people who posed as heretics?
This statement is true. There were also the bodies we discovered in the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium of unknown infiltrators who had posed as members of the cult of the Final Dawn. There is merit to the hypothesis that all carriers of Magos Haneman's identification code are targets of persecution.
Okay. Amernat was a believer and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable. And only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Ooh, that's a scary line of thought. Yeah, faith, religion, and the idea that there's only one true path is honestly the cause of so many of the issues we have in the world. Oh yeah, that's a scary thought right there. Okay, did Amernat believe the elders to be an heir?
Amernat did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
Let's go with 3, I guess. This is me in real life. My faith is more than a mere set of rules. It consists of ideals which sometimes come into conflict with dogma, and I have been given the gift of will to set the dogma straight.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition that could be considered universally relevant. All limitations need their exceptions, yet exceptions belie the inviolability of prohibitions.
Pascal's voice takes on a thoughtful tone, and its otherworldly might peters out. Okay.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Have you studied Demence's neural augmetic yet?
I have destroyed it.
A slight telltale rattle in Pascal's voice makes him sound unconvincing. You're lying.
This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demence. Even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated, I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the Blessed Amanat.
Okay, have you found anything?
The success has been partial. Demence Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption. My study of the minds of the tech comrades, Abel, Tarsus, and Demence, has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
Symmetrical? What corrupted Demence?
An echo of the warp. Energies of the Imperium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation.
Has it ever occurred to you that all of these events may be part of Amernat's plan?
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amernat.
True. But you did want to know what he knew. You were interested.
The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. But what Demence promised was not knowledge, but a distorted copy of it. This was not what the Deus Mechanicus had told us to seek.
Okay, any new information on Amernat?
The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance.
Yeah, Maimed Hunter. I don't think we have any information on what that might mean. You fear knowledge even as you extol it.
Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. Lay people find comfort in the delusion that knowledge is merely information. That, in and of itself, it is harmless, and only turns dangerous when it falls into the hands of the wicked. My apologies. 90% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
What is happening? This is not the same dialogue. What? Alright, let's read this, since that was obviously the wrong voice line. But that is not what I have seen. I have seen knowledge gnawed away at the minds of those who let it inside them, yet I seek it regardless. Why? Perhaps because there really is no apostasy in knowledge. It is dangerous, yes, but not forbidden, for it was created by the Omnissiah. Okay? I believe that any and all knowledge can be tamed for the glory of humanity.
This is true. We explorators are the sappers who walk the uncharted terrain of knowledge, transforming it into habitable space until we reach a point beyond which we must not proceed. Our remains will be assigned to those that follow in our footsteps. Go no further. Their duty now is to develop in the space we have claimed while looking for ways to make further breakthroughs. Failure must never stop us, for failure is an acceptable outcome.
The tech priest lowers his head pensively, the mechadendrites slow down smoothly, and the steely overtones disappear from Pascal's voice.
Response? Affirmative. The decryption will may your lay...
Okay. Yrliet's lithe form stands frozen in an unnatural pose amid the blinking lumens and dancing shadows of the bridge. Her hands are clasped together strangely, and her eyes are tightly closed. Her chest is utterly still, as if she is not breathing at all. She's meditating. Are you alright? Your words are met with deafening silence, but the flicker of Yrliet's eyes beneath her closed lids lets you know that she is still alive, at least. Okay. I'm sorry, have I done something to offend you, Yrliet? For the first time, Yrliet takes a deep breath and in through her nose and barely audibly exhales. Her body remains as relaxed as ever, and her eyes are still closed. Your presence does not seem to be in any way distracting her. Oh, this is the meditation you told me about, isn't it? Yrliet's face remains impassive, almost serene, as we try and ruin it. The only movement comes from her hands, which intertwine smoothly, forming a new intricate gesture. She still does not hear your words, or is choosing to ignore them. I'll come see you later.
A reasonable thought, but one that occurred too late to your inquisitive mind.
Whoops.
You have gotten what you wanted. Your clamorous presence has pulled me from my immersion. So tell me, what brings you here?
Clamorous presence. You were deep in a special Eldari meditation, weren't you?
Yes. I am sometimes surprised by the depth of your knowledge of my kind's customs, Alantark. But even if listening is your only skill, that in itself elevates you above billions of other monkey. My meditation is immersion. Immersion into myself, my inner world. It is my chance to speak to myself, but without words, or to heal wounds that cannot be seen with ordinary sight. It is difficult to explain, even in the language of the children of Asurian. There are so many meanings and shades in its sound alone, and the monkey tongue is too sparse and awkward. No, immersion must be seen to be realized. I should say, Elantark, that during meditation, the mind does not leave the body. Part of it remains vigilant, monitoring what is taking place outside. So I heard every word you said, and I saw everything you did.
Good thing we didn't say anything mean, huh?
I am disappointed by your lack of restraint, I will admit. Every day, you become more primitive, more like other monkey. Do not allow your bestial nature to win out. I can see that there is more to you than that.
Well, we have pressing matters to discuss. We'll just let that other thing be. Yurliet nods wordlessly. Leave. So if there's any kind of like hidden reputation or whatever with these characters, us doing that seems to have maybe lowered it. Should have just sat there and waited. I saw it was an option. I just wanted to see what would happen. Have you recovered from your encounter with the false Theodora?
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again.
Very well, Adira. We will hope for the best.
Yes, sir, Lord Captain. We will.
Okay.
Of course. All...
This is gonna have to do something one of these days. Maybe give us like rumors to lead us towards other planets that might be of interest or something, I don't know.
Words cannot... I have enjoyed your...
Greetings.
Okay. You know what, we could see if there's anything new with you as well. Revord has come to, hold on, let's read this first. The tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons. Okay, no, we've read that before. It has come to my attention that a few lever on the bridge may be defective. Can you not be trusted to carry out your duties without my personal oversight? This is rude. The officer's furrowed eyebrows draw even closer together. He speaks slowly, carefully picking his words. I most definitely can, Lord Captain. The technomats will inspect the equipment immediately. I will also deal with those in charge of the lower decks without delay. Okay, we just called him out. Whoops. Okay, where are we off to next? We know we have to make it back to Dargonus. Okay, so this is currently a dead end. We might want to put some down for some more plasteel since we've actually used quite a bit of it recently. We're gonna go here first. The warp jump was unusually hectic. The recent attack of the scrap code disabled many of the sacred machines whose malfunctioning algorithm showed no signs of failure until the vessel departed real space and surrendered itself to the Sea of Souls. Only the navigator's talent and the tireless vigil of the tech priest saved the void ship from ruin. fine on Promethium right now. Okay, this has got, yeah, hive cities. The Santiel's pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfurous streaks. The promethium fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. Vast endless deadlands littered with spots of promethium stations and refineries separated the colossi of Rockcrete and adamantine with its crown of gargantuan spires. The heat of the system's star has turned this world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of House Corda Protectorate. It's hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or its extreme toxicity. Yeah, man. So this is like right on the border of the Corda dynasty, huh? I mean, this is Corda dynasty, but like one system away. I mean, technically if this is Corda stuff, we shouldn't even be doing this, right? But we do need that. We're back to 4 again. Let's see. Sure, we'll do that. The hive world of 4 links seeks to undermine the influence of the subsector's capital planet. The governor's agents seek rare and valuable minerals that will help 4 links' industry to grow and prosper. Okay, a little bit of profit factor. Oh, look at that. This one's new, I think. The Lemesta 1 trading outpost has been causing problems for Dargonis' trade for years by attracting merchants arriving from a number of systems, including those from the mining world of Flactica. If only some pirate was motivated enough to blast this station with torpedoes. Boom. Okay. Okay, we need to go there. Didn't find any connections to these. Maybe there's a connection? I wonder if going up this way will help come around this direction. We need to make it there. We also need to go back here. I do want to do some of these ones that we've missed along the way. I wonder if these ones just don't have connections. We have to create them ourselves. Alright, these regular warp travels don't cost us anything, right? 13. Okay, cool. The duty officer reported an incident in the shuttle repair bay. A security team was dispatched in response to a distress signal. When they arrived, they discovered that the shuttle repair crew had doubled in numbers. Somehow, every crew member now had an identical twin. Each assured the enforcers that they were the real one. The enforcers immediately opened fire, killing everyone in the bay. The duty officer awarded the squad a commendation for their vigilance and efficiency. Wow, the ship left the hostile Imperium and returned to real space. Do these events ever cost us anything? I don't really know. What is this? Is that a Xenos warp gate? Is that like a webway thing? Enemies of humanity. Alright, let's try it. Wish me luck. Our ship is certainly stronger than it used to be. I should have made sure my hull was at full. I think it is, though.
All hands, prepare for battle stations.
Nothing worse than them just getting to start by doing a bunch of damage to us. Like, what the hell, dude? How is that a way to start, you know? That sucks. That sucks so bad. There's
The
way
enemy
too many
shield
of
is
them.
down.
I don't know if we can do this.
Time to unleash a counterattack.
Are you kidding me? Wow. He almost got one shot before we could do anything. What a joke. And there's a big one? 5 ships. My god. Brutal. That actually doesn't help us. Damn it, I was really hoping that would be in the cone of that. That doesn't spread out that way, that would just go further out, so I don't think that would help us. Let me read this again. Initiates the process of restarting the shields. Rerouting the power to the shields reduces the flagship's speed and firing range. Okay, for the next turn. Honestly surprised that thing isn't dead yet.
The dark void will erase their colors.
Interesting. Weren't able to get any damage on that thing, huh? I could explode right there. That'll put it in range, though. Yeah, okay. Might not get through the shield enough to destroy it, though. Unfortunately. So close. Okay, we're gonna take a lot of damage. Okay, could have been worse. Could have been worse. Damn, can't do that one. That at least puts shields up. We use that, we can get a better arc on this. Can I get anywhere where I can hit this guy? Dude. Seriously? Okay, literally can't shoot anybody. Okay, so with that being the case... Oh, these guys have a lot of maneuverability, don't they? Okay, I can get some angles on these guys. That is my shield's weaker side, though. Doing it anyway, I suppose. Let's get some damage in. Hopefully we'll survive. They only have 2 damage dealers right now, so... My shields aren't completely gone. Yet. Damn, you got range. I didn't think you'd be able to shoot from there. What is that? Is he running? I may have been able to set that up to blow up that guy. Oh, I was really hoping that would destroy it.
Coordinate set.
Damn it, that's what I thought. Shit.
Smite the enemies of humanity!
think this torpedo will, unless it gets destroyed, probably will be set up to hit this guy. Range on these guys is nuts. Please be able to reach. Boom. What? I didn't even see. Fuck you. If I lose because of that, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
With the force of a supernova.
I feel like that has been recharging for so long. I'm like, it has to be up, right? It's not. It's not. Let's see.
Let the void sort them out.
Get both of those? Alright, we have to hope that this finishes it. We need that. Come on, you have to do this. Could have set it up so I could have done that and gotten both of them.
Let them taste our fury.
Hedge my bets even more. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's present our
helmsman.
Better side when it comes to shields. Don't you fucking dare, bro. So much damage, that's going to take a lot of scrap. Okay, what did we get here? A void ship plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 4 points of damage on each side. Cool. Why does it keep lying about... It keeps on showing me the one that's equipped, not the one that we got. Doesn't matter. Galleon ceramite plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 7 points of damage on the port and starboard and 3 points on the fore and aft. Okay. Okay, well, we're real low on scrap again. Those should automatically go to cargo. I don't know what they're on. We did that one, right? Yep, already explored. We actually do need to pull steel right now. Lord Captain, we are passing by a construct marked on the star charts as a dimensional gate. Our augurs are not showing any suspicious energy readings. Device is dormant, thank the Emperor. What is this gate? An ancient Xeno artifact older than humanity itself. Judging by its design, this is a gate leading somewhere, possibly straight into the wicked abyss of the warp, considering all the nasty shit that used to roam around here. Many captains, Her Ladyship Theodora included, have tried to reveal its secrets, but it seems that no one could figure out how it works. Good for them, if you ask me. Okay. What was Theodora interested in? She didn't exactly share her plans with us, always kept them close to her chest, but I'll go out on a limb and say she was searching for a way to open the gate and see what's on the other side. The Cognizance fleet conducted its own analysis of the Xeno artifact. All records of the expeditions to the site were added to the exploration catalog. Nasty in what way exactly? I don't want to repeat the rumors, I don't know the truth, but it was bad. There was word of ships and even whole trade convoys disappearing. Captains started avoiding the system until eventually the Lord Inquisitor came here and made short work of it. Hasn't been much in the way of rumors ever since, actually. The Inquisition made sure Voidsmen kept their mouths shut. Whatever the gate used to spew out, it must have been profane and a danger to humanity. Report received. We live to serve, Lord Captain. I wish to study it. Lord Captain, I would advise against this approach. The Inquisition has declared the entire area around it off limits and packed it with mines. Our augurs won't be able to detect them. Okay. Maybe we'll come back to this later. Consider it done. Okay. We have some level ups we need to do. Whoa. We must have done something in like a world or something to get a whole bunch of Imperial Navy stuff. Yeah, it must have been one of our projects. Wow, okay. Now we got somewhere with them. All right. All right, we're going to check all this stuff in just a minute, but damn. How did we get that much reputation? Which project did we do that gave us that much reputation with them? Either way, I'm happy about it. Rank 7 now, huh? I wonder if they're in an update they just like adjusted the numbers. And it like worked retroactively. That might have been what happened. Because it seems like others of these are higher as well. Yeah, dude, they did something. Okay, in one of the updates, they must have adjusted previous gains. I thought it would only work going forward, but it looks like they adjusted it for everything. What is this? We'll look at all of these in a minute. Commissar boots. Now let's see, the Casbalica would probably have like, yeah, they're gonna be the ones that have armor for Eldari. Okay, that's huge. Alright, so in the next episode, we need to do a bunch of level ups. I actually think we have 2 level ups for some of the characters that we left off of the last dungeon on Kiava. Oh, also, this is permanent. Oh, that's so good. The only reason why I second guessed it is because it says permanent on a bunch of things, but what it actually means is like permanent injuries, right? They're permanent until you go back to the ship. So I thought that maybe this was one of those. So, but it's not. We get to keep that action point forever. That's amazing. Praise the God Emperor, right? Alright, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Andy Ford, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, A Happy Fat Panda, Turkeyfoot 27, Pedo Kuto, Shadow Raven, Anna Kate the Great, The Blue Electric Cat, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.